Good morning, good evening. Welcome to the weekend. So this reading is for Saturday and Sunday, and I cannot believe we're here already. We're just getting closer and closer to the end of the year. So let's get a little bit around our past. Current energy. Future energy. And so this video is available on both YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. Right away, okay, I am seeing the Eight of Cups. It feels like you've been going through a transformation, but one connected to divine timing. So the way things are unfolding right now is exactly how they're meant to unfold. So seeing here, this Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, you walking away from whatever doesn't serve you feels like you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. That whatever happened up until this point, you're not interested. You're not going backwards. Anything that just is not going to be part of your future, that's what you're leaving behind here. And that fated transformation shows up here in the past. Right away, Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, it's Jupiter energy, but it's also divine timing. It's connected to the eclipses. So there's something here that's been unfolding for you. Could be all the way back to one of the eclipses earlier this year or the most recent set that we had around the month of September. So take it as it resonates for you from a timing standpoint, but it feels like whatever that wheel started turning, this feels like it's a fated, destined transformation. I'm getting the Queen of Wands showing up here with it. And so the Queen of Wands, this is all that internal action that led to the transformation. Whatever was coming up to the surface, this was something that you needed to address. It was not going to organically change. You needed to do something about it. That Queen of Wands is you taking control, just saying, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let this kind of old whatever hold any kind of power over me anymore, because it does feel like it's a power thing. Something has been shifting, and it does feel like it's connected to taking your power back or taking accountability in some respect, where now you're in charge of your destiny. You always were, but the realization feels recent. I'm getting the Empress here, and so the Empress is transformation. So it is Venus, it's what you love and value, but I feel like you made all these changes because you love and value yourself, that you wanted a better life, you wanted to be happy and just in a better place overall. And that's why you really went through with all of these changes. Now, if you felt like you were in a good place, you wouldn't do that. But I'm picking up a group of people who absolutely did the work, made the changes, focusing on what really matters, wanting a better life for themselves, wanting to be happier, grounded, stable, and then doing the work to get there. And so when I look at the current energy, I'm getting the Eight of Pentacles. I love that. And then I get the Phoenix showing up here. So the Phoenix is specific to this deck. And then I'm also getting the Ten of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles tells me you have all the skills necessary in order to make the Ten of Pentacles happen. Ten of Pentacles is long-term success, that kind of legacy energy, something that you build over time with a solid foundation. So these are long-term goals, but you have what it takes in order to achieve that level of success that you're working towards. It's also a card of marriage, so take it as it resonates. But the Phoenix in the middle feels like it's directly connected to the Queen of Wands here in the past. So as you're kind of leaning into all these changes, doing the work, feeling confident, just this feels like you taking your power back. It's that Phoenix energy. The Phoenix rising says, I've been through the worst of it. I'm ready to rise again, start again, work towards these goals and dreams, and not let anything keep me down. Because that's exactly what the Phoenix does. Every rebirth, it kind of strengthens the Phoenix to go towards goals and dreams. I'm not going to be held down. I'm not going to let anything stop me or get in my way. And so when I look at the future energy and I see the Page of Wands, so the Page of Wands is action. I see the Ten of Wands putting down all of the burdens and the responsibilities. So really closing out the cycle of all the work that you did, navigating the transformation, taking your power back here. And then what I'm getting is the Seven of Cups with the Lovers. So it's about the choices that you make. And it feels like what you're doing here, because one is a card of indecision. The Seven of Cups can be that confusing, overwhelming energy. The Lovers here, that Gemini energy, it is making a choice. It's choosing from your heart. And so there's something that's unfolding here in the future. The answer becomes clear when you realize that all the work is behind you, that this Eight of Cups, whatever it is that you're walking away from, does not have a hold on you. You're free to make whatever decision that makes sense for you and just achieving what you want, whatever those long-term goals represent for you. So let's get some additional detail here. So tell me about that Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Wands. And the Empress. So with the Wheel of Fortune here, I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles. Now that Queen of Pentacles, it's earth energy, so it's very grounded, very stable. That's exactly what was meant to unfold. So the transformation, it took you from a place of instability. So whether you recognize it or not, something was out of alignment. This was really meant to put you in alignment with what you want, your goals, your dreams, putting you on that path of success here. And so with the Queen of Wands in the past, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles. And so that Nine of Pentacles energy is you creating your own abundance, doing it all. There's a sense of accomplishment connected to the work that you've been doing and how good you feel about overcoming whatever you did. And so because I'm picking up obstacles and challenges here, I don't have that card showing up, but I'm definitely picking up obstacles and challenges in the past. And the more that you face and overcome them, the stronger you feel, the more confident you are in your abilities. And your abilities in everything. It's not just going to be applicable to your goals. It's going to be how you approach life in general. You're more balanced. You know your worth and value. And with the Empress here, I'm getting the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups can be sadness and disappointment and really getting stuck in that energy with the Four card. But it feels like what you did and what you were meant to do was get yourself out of a stuck energy. So I'm picking up a cycle in the past before the transformation where things weren't great. They weren't exactly what you were looking for, but you made it work. You found a way to cope and kind of just make the best of the situation. What the universe was saying, yeah, but that wasn't good enough. What we really want you to do is go after what you want, achieve success here. And so what we're doing is we're going to show you what needs to be changed, what needs to be modified so that you can do the work and align with what you want. Because settling for, I'm going to make the best of this situation, wasn't getting you the happiness that you were looking for. It wasn't allowing the success and the achievement that you were aiming towards. Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Nope, one card. So with the Eight of Pentacles here, I'm getting the Death card, that Scorpio energy of change and transformation. And so this tells me that you really mastered whatever that was, that you really embraced the change, you did the work. I'm getting this sense of feeling more whole, more grounded, more stable. And so with the Phoenix here, I'm getting the Seven of Cups. So it feels like what you've been learning is how to navigate any kind of overwhelming situation. This actually is coming through as some sort of like a tool in your toolkit you'll be able to use later. Something where if you find yourself overwhelmed or having a lot of choices available to you and you're just not sure what to do, this tells me that whatever you just came out of, whatever skills were necessary to kind of work through this transformation are going to be skills that you can rely on as you're moving forward. So if you find yourself in that situation, it feels a lot like taking a step back, giving yourself a moment to breathe, allow for any of the confusing energy to just dissipate. Don't focus on it. It's about asking yourself the really clear question to get that answer from you, but you from a balanced place. The Seven of Cups can be that overwhelming, but it's overwhelming when you're not stable. You're not grounded within yourself. And so it feels like that's what you're learning is how to navigate tough situations and kind of overwhelming emotions or confusing energy. And with the Ten of Pentacles here, I'm getting the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It's also a card of children. And so the Ten of Pentacles, it is a family built over time. That is one of the legacy energies of that card. And so take it as it resonates for you, but it feels like what you're doing is you're working towards happiness. You had some goal that maybe you weren't able to achieve before because you made the best of a not so great situation. Now you're able to bring that goal forward. You know what? I'm not going to sacrifice my happiness. I can try to achieve that now in the future. And it feels like that kind of goal, it's almost like a lift and shift, something from the past that you're bringing into the future as a chance to try again, work towards this level of success, this level of happiness here. Tell me about the Page of Wands. Ten of Wands. Seven of Cups here with the Lovers. One card. So with the Page of Wands here, I'm getting the Fool. So very similar energy because that page is that young, youthful, I'm just going to go, I'm going to take action. I'm not really going to think about the consequences. The Fool card is taking that leap of faith. So it's that brand new beginning, but this is on the other side of the transformation, the Phoenix rising, the Death card, all of it. And so it feels like you're ready to embrace this. Whatever you needed to master, even as part of the transformation cycle, you did. This is something that you're going to carry forward. I love that energy. Ten of Wands with the Lovers here. And so the Ten of Wands, a lot of burdens and responsibilities. Now this is around, it feels like old choices that you made where it feels like you are trying to recapture some sort of happiness. Could be connected to love. Take it as it resonates for you. But what I'm getting here is that you're not going to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders anymore. When it comes to interacting with other people or the choices that you make, you recognize that effort's going to be required, but not so much effort that it slows you down or it weighs you down in some way, really prevents you from achieving the happiness here that you set out to do. And so there's this awareness around, if it's right for me and it's aligned, I know I need to put effort in, but not an excessive amount of effort in order to make that happen. And so clarifying the Seven of Cups here with the Lovers. So it does feel like you have choices that are coming up. There's something here that you're going to need to rely on that skill set. I am getting the Two of Cups here. So the Two of Cups, the Lovers, I'm getting a lot of romantic energy out of the future, but it could also just be alignment because I know not everybody's interested. This could just be things coming into alignment for you because that Two of Cups is a very balanced energy. Same with the Lovers. The Lovers is about the choices that you make from the heart. And so this feels like you stepping into your kind of power center, your strength, your power, knowing what you're capable of achieving, what kind of effort is required to achieve this level of success, and what that happiness looks like. That's what I'm picking up here in the future energy. I'm picking up a very strong sense of empowerment and desire to move forward. So this is the reading for the weekend. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.